Damn.
Hello.
Hi, everyone. Hello out there, all you cool cats and kittens, lords, ladies, and everything in between. Welcome to another episode of Geekin Out. I'm your host for today. I'm Jafir Jermaine, your jack of a thousand fandoms. Next to me is Ricky Z, your mom, my mom, and the mother of all podcasts. And
Gaia.
down below me is Taman Kane, writer, entrepreneur, and all publishing in the stratosphere. So we are
Look,
having a
you better get your
great
pre-copy.
Monday.
Pre-sale's
Ooh,
on.
Taman, where we
Yes,
get our,
yes.
Pre-sale.
when we get our copies. When's it
Right.
When
coming
you get
out?
your copies.
We don't pay for it.
hmm What Ricky said.
We gotta
And I'm
support
going to
black
sign
business.
it. I'm going to leave a personal message and all of that.
We gotta
And you
support
get
black
something, you get a
businesses.
gift too.
Join the
If,
Patreon now so you can join the sweepstakes so you can win a copy.
Look,
exactly.
right. To be
And
quite honest with you.
if you pre-order now, you get the first 10 pages free. Right now, you get the first 10 pages as soon as you pre-order, and you get a free t-shirt.
I want a t-shirt.
Oh wait, what is this? I like free things.
Yay! You pre-order my book, so it's sort of free. You pre-order my book, and you get the first 10 pages immediately, and you also get a free t-shirt. Your pledge shirt, actually.
I'm so here for it. Okay, that sounds awesome. We love that.
JoinTheFraternite.com.
Yes.
Thank you for the plug.
Of course.
I love how Julian came in right on cue like it was a commercial.
The free. Actually, that was actually one of our commercials, like last season for when we did Anchor.
Oh, I know,
that was literally like for free. We love free doing Anchor.
It was planned. It was planned all along.
It was a little planned. It's okay. Whatever.
Oh,
Joining us is Julian the Great. Tell him about yourself, boyo.
Hi, how's everybody today?
You know,
And I'm Julian. I'm Bad Juju. You can find me over on Twitch down at the bottom. I'm sorry, right? We were doing self plugs, right? That's what you said. Sorry, I missed it.
And your cell phone.
Oh, I know, Lord. Yeah, and then also Instagram. You can find me at Bad Juju, just one B though. But yeah, I am otherwise fantasy brujo, Wheel of Time fanatic. Okay.
Beautiful. So we have a great show planned for you guys.
Yes.
We're gonna have a tons of fun. Hi, Billy. Hi, Convict.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
Thanks for joining us today. So
What's up, y'all?
Today's main topic, we're going to be talking about the Owl House and Amphibia, two great shows that are more recent in debut. But before we dive into that, let's talk about the Oscars and the fun they brought us last night. So who out there watched it? I sort of missed it. So sorry. I'm still catching up on all the highlights, all the things. I gotta rewatch it. But Taman was practically on the floor.
Yeah.
So hit us with the news. What went down?
It was awesome, actually. You know, Will Smith won for leading actor.
For King Richard.
Oh, like he won the night?
For King Richard, yeah. So that was amazing. He also displayed his human side in front of the entire world. And
that's a nice way to say that.
I'm a correspondent. He showed his human side to the world, and that was very polarizing. For a lot of people. Some of us just kept going like Chris Rock did with the show. A lot of people were beautiful. Who was really gorgeous on the red carpet? Jessica Chastain was pretty.
Honestly, Cardi B looked great. I loved Cardi B. Honestly, I did love her.
Oh, yeah.
I think that the colors could have been a little more cohesive, but I liked the concept of it.
Meg Thee Stallion was awesome. She was gorgeous on the red carpet, and her performance, she was gorgeous.
Yeah.
You know, but Cardi B, like she gets the fashions. Like
Yeah.
the designers love
Oh,
her.
Cardi B always comes through. I don't know how.
But look,
Oh,
they
100%.
love
She's
her.
just, yeah.
They
But
love her. Like they'll put her in, and she'll do it flawlessly.
well,
Honestly,
she's got great curves for everything. So
She does.
everything sits really nice for her. So
Yeah. And Megan, are you talking about Megan or Cardi?
I was talking about Cardi, but
both, to be honest.
Meg has
Meg
good
is like,
moments.
I don't know if this is appropriate to say in 2022, but she's like stacked perfectly like
Oh
a
yeah,
Coca-Cola shaped bottle. Like she's
she's a stallion.
Oh, she
my
knows
view
it.
of beauty.
That's what half her
Thick.
songs are about.
Okay, and someone who has a wife that was and will again soon be bald from chemo, I feel where Will was coming from.
You know,
Yeah. Okay. Also,
See
can we
where go?
I was gonna just say side tangent, just because we were talking about like people who do look good, because there's so much spotlight centered on her at this moment. She did look fucking fabulous though. That dress that she was wearing, I was like, oh, but what she's wearing
Who,
is
Jada
fucking
Pinkett?
beautiful. Yes. Oh,
She was
yes.
gorgeous.
She looked gorgeous. Thank you. I was like, she looks amazing though. So I was like,
that
all
green
this
on
spotlight.
her?
Yeah, is it green? I thought it was.
It
It was
green.
emerald.
It was emerald. Oh yeah.
Okay,
Ooh,
sorry.
yeah.
I'm bad with colors, guys.
No. Well, I'm saying, but like it was a lovely color on her. It was
she
I don't
looked
even know who made
amazing
the dress, but it
though.
was designed impeccable.
Yeah.
It was gorgeous.
The fabric, the way it flowed, the way it was cut, like
It needs to be in white. That'd be a great wedding dress, right?
Ooh.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
So what Billy was talking about, Will. So Chris Rock, who was hosting, right?
No, Chris Rock was doing a segment,
little
like
bit?
he was doing an announcement or something.
Okay, so Chris Rock made a joke in poor taste, but you know, as comedians do often, about Jada, who has alopecia, and in her defense, Will went on stage. Was this like right before he was getting an award? See, like I didn't.
So Chris Rock was getting ready to go over the nominees.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember which category, but he was getting ready to go over the nominees, and he joked on a few people in the audience, and then he made his joke about Jada,
Yeah.
Who's shaved her hair because of her condition,
Right.
and Will sort of laughed it off, but when he saw how Jada was impacted by it, he was like, "Let me go be."
Right.
I'm from West Philly.
Yeah.
Right. And so this might be a heavy topic for geeking out. But you know, I'm not as
mixed about it.
You know, I don't know.
I think we can just say it. Yes, we can say what we want.
Honestly, like I'm gonna sip my drink and mind my business. Honestly, on this, to be quite honest with you, like I get it. I understand the whole like violence is not the answer, optics, whatever, but also,
yeah,
that's all I can say about that. I mean, honestly,
is this really what we want to do at the Oscars after all this fighting with the Oscars over hashtag Oscars so white?
But also, screw your respectability politics. Honestly, like. I mean, like that's where I'm just like,
I get it. I get.
I don't have a. I'm not gonna get into this.
Yeah, that's a big thing because navigating the public system in which we live in can be harsh, and each type of us do it differently, and some people get fed up.
And you know, like, was it the right thing to do?
I'm not gonna give my. I don't have a.
That ain't for me to really say honestly. I mean, like if you want to defend your woman, I guess that's how you do it. That's how you do it. I mean, like I wouldn't have done it, but also to be quite honest with you, like I you know, that's the biggest thing I've seen about the Oscars. I didn't watch the Oscars last night. My butt was asleep. And like all the commentary. The first thing I saw it on Facebook. So all up and down my Facebook feed. Then I checked on Twitter.
That's all everyone's talking about.
Yeah, all Twitter. Up and down my Facebook feed. Went on TikTok. All up my FYP. And like there was something that someone said on TikTok. It's like because of the whole respectability politics and because of who these two men are and the communities that they're from, like Chris Rock is from Bed-Stuy, New York, Will's from West Philly, it's gonna be handled. The situation is going to be handled, and it's going to be handled in house within the community.
Like that's what P Diddy said that.
Yeah.
P Diddy said to Will Smith, because P Diddy did something with the not Sopranos but the Godfather, because all of them came out. It was awesome, and so he said, Chris Rock, Will Smith will handle this like family at the gold party.
Right.
Good night. Exactly.
Right. It's gonna be handled. It's gonna be handled within the community in house. So
yeah. Even if they fight off camera, even if they fight again,
I saw a video that had footage of after they had gone to commercial of two
Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry and someone else went and was talking with Will Smith. Kind of
it's gonna be handled within house, and it'll be.
Is there that?
I mean, I don't know what else to say about it, to be honest with you.
Nothing else to say. Like they'll quash it. They'll squash their grown men.
Right. They'll figure it
out of pure sort of ragey emotion.
Yeah.
And then calm down afterwards. I'm sure afterward they had a full adult conversation about it because they are full adults that are capable of
who've known each other for years.
Exactly.
It's not gonna be some,
And they've had beef for years too.
Yeah, it's not gonna be some battle.
I'm mad.
Look, and honestly, like Chris Rock and Will Smith have had beef over different things. So
it's just a combination, guys.
Also, Will Smith has been known to smack a bitch or two. Also,
but one of the great things to come out of this are the memes.
Look,
I just sent you guys a picture. Please, Ricky, share this picture with the world because I love it.
Stop. Okay, y'all keep talking while I get this on here. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You got to give me a second. Go ahead and talk.
Okay.
Stop it.
So everyone's
this bitch. Of course, this mother trucker. I love it.
I can't.
I love it.
Okay, no, you don't talk about it right now. Wait, I got to do this first. Go ahead and talk about something else. Also, speaking about smacking a bitch, it makes me want to listen to Rico Nasty.
Rico Nasty.
Yeah.
Ooh, Rico Nasty.
She has a whole song called Smack a Bitch.
Okay, now we see how Miss gets down.
Who is Rico Nasty though?
What?
She's a female rapper.
Yes.
From the new generation.
I feel like I should know. I should know.
How do I know? You don't know.
I probably do know like a song or whatever.
She's flying just under the radar, just like everyone else that's not Cardi and Megan Thee Stallion. Just like Princess Novia, just like
she hasn't gotten the push like Doja Cat's gotten. That's the thing. So she's and like they've done a song together, which is really good. Tia Tamara. So like
that's her. She's on that.
Yeah, she's on Tia Tamara. That's the other.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying. Rico, Lord of mercy. Stop it, y'all. Y'all cannot keep sending.
Can you add mine too?
You gotta give me a chance. Y'all talk about something else.
Okay. So what is the drinking word of the day? As I've been sipping.
The drinking game of the night. We have not gotten to it yet, Monsieur. But for those of you that want to know ahead of time, the drinking game of the night, once we begin into the main topic, will be magic.
Okay.
Ooh. Well, you can watch me fit that in a few times. Don't worry.
Oh, you'll probably hit us with a quadruple as usual.
Oh yeah.
Look, I'm already posted. Okay.
What a magically majestic name we're gonna have.
Okay. Keep talking now.
While we're waiting for Ricky to put it up, let's talk about the fashions of the night because I love me some fashion.
I honestly did not see enough, so I'm gonna look up some right now, unless anyone has another one that they can point to. Oh, this boy. There was some white boy who was wearing nothing but like a blazer or a coat. Actually, it was like a jacket, and it was
from Dune.
Yes, that one.
He was
Was
everything.
it Timothy
That was
Chalamet?
nice.
Because that's what he's
That
always
was
wearing.
Yeah,
That was a
Charlamagne.
nice.
He was everything.
That was a nice look. Didn't he
Oh, yeah.
wear? Didn't he wear something similar to like that, but not like all
To the
open,
Met
I
Gala?
guess, but yes, and it was like in white, right? No, it was the sweats. He was wearing like he was wearing like sweatpants with these shoes that were actually pretty nice. I thought maybe I can't remember.
He was one of my favorites of the night.
But the jacket he had on was
Timothy
nice.
Chalamet almost always looks good. Like
He's flawless.
Yeah,
He's
his little,
gorgeous.
like
He's flawless.
wireframe body wears everything so well. He and Zendaya
bitch.
shut everything down because they're both the size of Q-tips.
Yeah.
Hey, you're ready for some memes?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
hit them with the
Okay.
memes.
Okay, here you go. So
Sorry, everybody that's just listening to this, but we'll get. You can tune in at this timestamp. Look at the players. Tell us what time it is, and go find us on YouTube. Find the replay.
Yes, Will.
This is it. This is it.
Yeah.
Yes.
1829, 1830.
Nightwing. Yes. Also, but understandable. And then
Nightwing. Yes.
Alright.
We live for Nightwing.
We kind of
Yes.
did.
Only for this reason.
It's the way that Nightwing is looking back, like, yeah, smack it.
Right. And leather.
And I also like the fact that Will has almost like a look of amazement, almost, you know,
Yeah.
from this angle. So it's like I was like, I
There's
too would be
another
amazed.
meme like similar to this, but with iCarly. So I don't know.
Oh yeah,
But it wasn't iCarly. It's when she was the little sister from Drake and Josh. Like she does the similar. Like she's about to raise her hand.
Megan.
Yes, Megan. And then we have this one right here. No, that's the wrong one. Other way. This is the one.
Oh no, that's Polite Society. That's not.
This is a reference from Scream.
Is it?
Oh!
What is this?
It's in
There's
the first,
Gail Weathers.
Yeah, it's Gail Weathers and Sydney.
Gail
The first
Weathers.
movie,
Yes.
she was asking her about her book sarcastically, and Gail was so excited, and she was like, "I'll send you a copy." And Sydney punched the shit out of her.
Yes.
Oh my god. Okay, so speaking of Scream, I finally watched it yesterday.
Welcome.
Yeah, I finally watched it last night with my children of all people.
I love it.
No, it was the funniest thing. So like, who were we watching right before then? I don't even remember. We were watching Buffy. We watched like 2 episodes of Buffy because I got them listening to a podcast with me, and so I was like, okay, if we're gonna listen to the podcast, we'll watch Buffy. So we were starting in season 1. They watched like maybe like an episode and a half of Buffy, and they're like, let's watch something else. Okay, fine. Go to Paramount Plus. And there it is, Scream, right there. Because I had initially tried to start it again, but I wasn't ready. Because it was nighttime. Yes. Don't judge me. So they're like, ooh, Scream, scary movie. Let's watch it. This is broad daylight. And like, oh yeah. We watched Scream, the new one, the new Scream. And like my daughter is like me, like we'll watch something, but we're also like on something else. Like she's watching it, but also like on her tablet. I'm watching it also on my phone. That's just how we do stuff. That's how we function. My son, God bless my son, he kept talking throughout the entire movie. I had no time to be scared because I'm too busy. Son, hush. Dang, hush. Forrest, you just yapping the whole time.
What was his commentary about? Was he like commenting on the movie, or was he just on tangent?
It's a 6-year-old talking about a scary movie.
Okay,
what did he say?
That's the kind of commentary I want to hear.
No, but it's pure nonsense. It's him talking, just like, oh, that's scary. I don't know, he's gonna stab you. Blah blah blah. Just like, but like, it's a mixture of him like kind of being scared, and so I think him talking was him keeping himself okay. And I wanted to stop telling him to be quiet, but I was also trying to like pay attention too, because I can't pay attention to my children and pay attention to something else. Like my children are automatically going to get my attention.
Yeah.
This is the problem with me having ADHD and having children. So like my head immediately goes, focus on my children. What are they doing? What's going on? Are they fighting? Are they arguing? Are they upset? Are they dying?
Yeah.
I'm trying to watch this movie too at the same time.
Yeah.
And then this is my son sitting right next to me.
Melatonin.
Look, but it was like 5 in the afternoon.
Naps are everything.
Look.
Ooh.
What does it say? I would pay to hear Trip's son during the comedy. No, you don't.
Yeah.
And we don't
don't
refer to my son as Trip's son. That is my baby. On this that is my baby. Trip just so happens to be my baby's father.
All the way out the
Okay.
equation.
Look, he may be the fourth of his name. Okay, they may have the same name, but that is my baby. Okay, that is my baby. He's the fourth. Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. I mean,
yes. That's the fourth, and so, but that is my baby. But no,
the passed down name in my family is George, and I'm kind of happy I missed it. My brother got it though. Poor thing.
But the thing is, like, if you actually know Trip, and if you ever met his father passed away a couple years ago. I've never met his grandfather, but he's definitely a Forrest.
Okay.
They're all cantakers in some form. He's cantakers like his predecessors, so like it matches him completely. But no, we sat there and we watched it, and we watched the whole thing. Nobody left the room.
What did you think?
I thought it was good. It was good. I appreciated the references to the original.
Yeah.
I liked how they kind of ranked on it a little bit on the whole idea of the jump scares and what we know as horror right now, but also giving homage to the original and how the original has been able to kind of play on itself throughout the entire series with the stab series. And then how fans react to
I really love
the additional movies that happen throughout the series. It was funny. I appreciated it.
Was it too gory for you? Because this was very brutal.
No.
Good. And that's why I like Scream. It's not torture porn.
And my children, this may or may not be a bad thing. My children weren't fazed by it, so
they were what?
They weren't fazed by it.
Phased.
No, they weren't fazed by the stabbing, which might be concerning. But they need to close their eyes when they saw Mindy and what's her face making out. So, I mean, balance. I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. They know to close their eyes when they see people getting super intimate. So I feel like my parenting job is done. Okay.
They're probably they probably know it's fake.
They're exactly like I was. Murder, heads broken, jaws opened up, people get beaten. I'm like, but ass cheeks come out.
Nope.
Things I don't want to see.
Look, I've told them that much. If it's not appropriate, we're gonna cover our eyes. Okay, they still cover their eyes when they see people kissing. Claire's 9, and they don't watch things that involve a lot of that stuff. So
it's still icky.
It's still icky. Honestly, kissing is gross anyway. It doesn't matter. Love is.
That's a good space to be in for a little while.
You know what? I'll take it.
Okay.
All right.
I'll take it.
So we're gonna take a quick commercial, and when we come back, we will be all over the magic of the night. Ooh, started it. Take a shot.
Yeesh. Okay, hold on. Be right back. I'm sorry, the word Oscars was all up in your commercial.
Oscars.
Well, speak that.
Speaking into existence, hey.
Yeah, we received that.
Yeah. now receiving the next Oscar. Nominees for the next Oscar are Moncade. Hello? For the best performance in a Scream movie. For dying in the bathroom.
I would not. That would just make my life complete. Oscar and for Scream. Oh my god.
Right up your alley.
Yes.
We can make it happen.
It will. Say that.
Okay, can I also be glad that Mindy did not die? I'm sorry, spoiler alert.
Yeah,
I'm so glad she did not die.
we love
Go
that.
ahead.
Oh, we can't talk
Or her
about it.
brother.
Mindy.
Right.
Mindy.
The twins.
Yeah.
Twin.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Twins
man.
survived.
I was so
Like-
scared for her. She was my favorite in the entire show.
Right. I was like, you cannot make her die while she's like, no, it can't end that way for her. I need
She's
to come
the
back.
smartest one there.
She has to come
Save
back.
the twins.
Well, next time.
All right.
Oh, Scream 6
So-
comes out exactly a year today. I think it's the 28th or the 30th. March 30th, 2023.
Ooh. Let me get my ticket now.
Okay. I love you. Oh.
Let me
All right,
sign
sorry,
up.
y'all. Our house. Amphibia. Let's do it.
So today we're talking about Owl House and Amphibia. If you do not know, let me explain these shows for you. So Owl House is the story of Luce. What is her last name?
Nobody knows.
Oh,
Loose.
hold on. I got my Wikipedia up. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I had mine, but then I
You don't see that?
changed it for. I do have it.
Nocida.
That's her whole name.
Luz Nocida.
Susita.
Lucita.
Nocida. Noceda.
Nocida.
Yeah, Nocida.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
Nocida, yeah.
Nocida.
So Luce Nocida.
Dominican
She's a
American
little
Castro.
12-year-old girl in middle school.
Not really.
Loves the dark and macabre and weird, and is a big fan of the Azusa book series, which is a YA magic series, much like Harry Potter or the one with the girl and the hawk. There are tons of them out there. It's a YA series. Kids around the world love it.
Yeah.
And
I can-
she wants
I
to
can
grow
wait.
up to be a sorceress or, a magic witch or something.
We love her.
But everyone feels like she's just too weird. So her mom sends her signs her up for summer camp, which is a normal flying summer camp. So basically a summer camp where they're going to bore and beat the fun out of you.
Pray the fun away.
Ooh.
Uh-huh. So she inadvertently ends up falling into a portal or following something that leads her into a magic world and this place called the Boiling Isles, where everyone has some form of magic. And that's where she meets Edelyn, the Owl House Witch, or the Owl Lady, who is, quote unquote, the most powerful witch on the Boiling Isles.
Is that self-proclaimed?
She meets a couple of friends there, and eventually Luce becomes Ida's apprentice, but also finds friends that go to the local school, the local academy, where everyone's taught their own form of magic.
Mm-hmm.
And as the show goes on, you come to find out that there's this coven system in play that sort of goes against everything that Ida stands for, which is why Ida is by herself and doesn't have a coven. And she is a total rebel, and she gives full-on Ryoko from Tenchi Muyo vibes. And I love Edelyn. I love her so
Way to
much.
niche it down, golly. Oh my goodness! So I didn't realize that season 2 is like it's still ongoing. So like
Yeah,
season
it's
2
still
is until
going.
May. Yeah,
Ah.
until May.
Ah. For a while, bitch. Okay.
Right,
How many episodes?
So season 2 will have 21. Season 1 had 19, but season 2 started in June of last year and ends in May of this year.
Okay.
It takes some time to animate the show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This one, I honestly, the premise of this one, I do like a little more than the counterpart. Yeah, than Amphibia, to be honest.
I thought
Amphibia is the story of Anne Boonchoi, who's a 13-year-old Thai girl from the real world, whatever, who, along with her 2 best friends, found a magic music box. And while they were trying to do some like slumber party game, it activated and flung them into the world of Amphibia, where all the people are giant amphibians, frogs, newts, turtles, all of that. But everything else is also equally big. Like, I think one of the first monsters they fight is this giant chicken. So, and that chicken was horrifying.
So what I find really cool is that Amphibia, our main character, is Thai American, and then in Owl House, our main character is Dominican.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And then
backgrounds like play a big part at one point or another.
Right. And so but also like what's her name? The M Boonchai, like she's voiced by Brenda Song. That's like Disney Channel royalty right there.
Who's voiced by Brenda Song?
The main character in Amphibia.
The main character of Amphibia. Like it sounds like London Tipton all day. But like
you know, I gotta give it up to Brenda Song because she's been in the game for
a minute,
a while, and like
a hot minute, like almost 2 years now.
It's been a while, like,
and she has a suspense thriller out.
Ooh, she does.
She does, and she's good in it.
I know. She was in something on Hulu with Kat Diddings.
Ooh, I love that name.
Me too.
That was a good show. I know. I think we just did season 2, but like, you know, just I appreciate Brenda Song.
Yeah,
contributions. I appreciate her.
Me too. She is one of my coworkers' original, like, first crush. Like, he's like, I don't know what happened to her, but she was so hot.
She still is pretty hot.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, she looks the same. No, like, the thing is,
he doesn't know where she went.
I mean, she, you know, did a season, like several episodes of Scandal, the first season of Scandal, and things here and there. And
she sure was on Scandal.
She was first season, and then she, like, you know, went and had a baby with Macaulay Culkin. I don't know.
And with who?
Took some time out.
Random.
They literally just had a baby. They've been dating for like 2 or 3 years now.
Who'd have thought?
They're cute.
I mean, it's kind of cute.
All right, Mr. Culkin.
I mean, it's not cute. I'm just saying, like,
he ain't alone no more.
Well, you know, I'm just saying we should give her flowers because she's been in the biz and she's been doing her thing, you know, and she's been around for so long, and she's one of the few Disney Channel stars that, you know,
that held it together.
For the most part, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Even Raven went off the rails a little bit with some of her commentary on The View, so.
I think that was part of her. I think that was just. Never mind, I don't.
Honestly, since we're talking about Raven, side note, if you're listening to this, Raven, which I'm sure you aren't, but someday you will.
You might.
I need you and Adrian and Naturi and possibly Sabrina to get together to do like a Cheeto Ladies. Just one time.
Look, if it's not,
you mean Cheetah Grannies by the time that this happens?
All the beef is on Keely. Keely does the beef. Nobody else. I said do a project without Keely. Just
Oh.
leave Keely out. So the two girls from 3LW that weren't Keely, and the one
We
white
didn't
chick
want
from
3LW. Okay. Are you saying the tourists should replace Keely because the tourists doing okay?
Ooh.
Oh, Naturi's doing fantastically.
Right, the tourists
I'm
surviving.
not saying Naturi needs it. I'm saying I want this.
I want this. Thank you for clarifying.
Magic
lady. This is what I want.
I'm sure we will definitely have a reboot of Cheetah Girls.
You know, I wonder if they do a reboot of Cheetah Girls, will they remain true to the actual books? Because the movies didn't remain true to the books at all.
I didn't know they were books.
There were
I didn't know they were books at all either.
Oh yeah, there were whole books before Yeah, like I wonder if Disney completely owns the rights to those, but there were a whole series before the movie came out, and they combined characters and changed things up, and that was the whole thing.
All right.
So if they do that, I hope
they gave it the whole Vampire Diaries treatment. Oh no!
Look,
all right,
did.
And
she's like, that's my favorite.
Look, I've already did my soapbox. I did my soapbox like 2 weeks ago. I'm not doing it again. Okay. I can only do so much. Okay.
All right. Speaking of that, Ricky, did you see my picture I posted about legacies?
I did.
Yeah. We got Rebecca, Marcel, Freya.
The only ones that are willing to come back. Why? Yeah. The only ones that.
So
look,
what
you
about
can't get Paul. I'm sorry, Jermaine. Hold on, Jermaine. I'm sorry. I know.
Let's go.
I'm sorry. Look, I'm gonna say it again. They got Rebecca and Freya and Marcel and Cole. Them the only ones that are trying to come back, are willing to come back, because the only way you can get Ian Somerhalder and Paul Wesley back is if you give them a camera or director's chair. You would have to bring Cat Graham kicking and screaming.
A whole lot of money.
And a whole lot of money. You'd probably have to blackmail Cat Graham to get her back on that show.
Well, Freya's there. So.
That's about it. But yeah, I'm sorry, Jermaine. Go ahead. I'm off my soapbox now.
That's okay. So, the main characters of these shows, as we said, are Thai and Dominican. The fun lives of their shows is that they both got whisked away from home, but they find a way to contact their parents, but not tell their parents where they are.
Ain't that like some kid show?
Mm-hmm.
Ain't that like some
well,
kid
for
show?
Luce, she's having the time of her life.
Right.
Coming across all sorts of magic beings and doing all sorts of learning all types of spells. Eventually she becomes a witch. She learns how to do magic herself, but it's not the same way that witches do it in that show.
Mm-hmm.
Because the way that witches perform magic in the Isles, in the Boiling Isles, is they have this sort of like magic-filled pus sac that's right underneath their heart.
Yeah.
Or right behind their lungs.
Yeah.
That allows them to do magic in form circles.
What I thought was cool that they actually are not just some kiddie magic show. When she, the episode when she was doing the circle, and then she actually revealed that when she took a picture of it and the screen sort of was broken, it was actually glyphs or not runes, but sigils inside of the circle. Mm-hmm. So she wasn't just drawing a circle; it's actually sigils inside of the circle that you couldn't see with the common eye, and that's why she couldn't perform the spell. And that's actually pretty accurate. So that was pretty dope.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, that's dope. Come on, realistic.
Yeah, man.
Uh-huh.
That's what but lately these days. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say there's more to magic than what meets the eye.
Look,
that's right.
I appreciate that.
But yeah, lately these days they've been taking a lot more like real life concepts and really taking them and they fantasize them a little bit, but that they've been injecting them into a lot of the content we get, which is cool. I like that. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, give me the good stuff.
They think through the lore these days.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Instead of just
it's not
throwing
just
it at us.
But
yeah.
why does this show have so many layers? Like, and this is a good complaint, by the way. It's like, boom, she's in this land, and you could just keep the story there and play with the warden. But no, now we got this witch school, which just made me even want to watch it even more because I love a good witch school.
Yo, yeah.
Magic school.
A witch school, and then they have the mean girls of the witch school, and I love that. And then she has a curse.
Oh no, I forgot about the mean girls.
Amity.
Not just Amity, the other one, Blythe, Becca. It's a B name.
A Becky.
Of
It's
course,
a Becky, and I hate her.
Of course, it's a Becky.
Becky.
Hi, Rebecca.
So we talked about this earlier before the show started. Is how like these two shows in particular it's a growing trend where like these animated shows are serialized. So like it's very big picture. Like the story is continuous. It's not just each episode is just them going through a random adventure each time, and then. It doesn't really like culminate to anything big picture, and so like this is refreshing. It's very like Steven Universe. If you can get beyond thinking that the first season is just like random stuff, is Becky Karen's daughter. No, actually, no. Karen's Becky's daughter.
Bitch. It gets worse.
It's Rebecca. Now it's Rebecca.
Becky's from the 80s.
Period.
Becky is Karen's mom.
Okay.
And Rebecca's mom is Caroline. And that was some history.
And their great grandmother is Miss Millie.
Not Miss Millie. Oh no.
That's exactly who that is.
That's exactly.
Ooh, that's a deep cut.
Come on, ancestor spell, Miss Millie.
Color purple.
Miss Millie, Caroline, Rebecca, Karen. Call.
Yes. That's exactly it. But it's so interesting that like these shows are very like they have a big picture and they're very serialized, and it's cool to see that in cartoons because you don't see that in cartoons a lot of the time.
No, I'm used to in kid shows. Magic doesn't have to make sense. They actually have built a system of magic that is so cool in the show.
They're building a world. Like is not very normal.
In the first episode.
I don't feel like I guess when I think of like world building, like especially when I'm thinking of like something from Cartoon Network or like Cartoon Network. Think of like all the shows that we used to watch like from the cartoons that back as kids, like
cartoons back in the 2000s and the 90s and the 80s. There were lots of shows that were that had standalone episodes. Each episode was its own thing, and nothing grows on top of it. It doesn't grow from anything. With the exception of
Airbender,
grows on top of it either.
Yeah, with the exception of Airbender. Thinking about that,
Airbender changed a lot of it.
Yeah,
once again, the world changed when the Fire Nation attacked.
Yo, honestly, 100% that.
Because Airbender was just like that.
True,
just
I always
standalone episodes that strung together into an overarching story. And since that was so popular and such a successful thing, that once we hit the 2010s, almost every cartoon was doing that.
Yeah.
Gravity Falls.
But wasn't Johnny Quest like
Star
that?
vs. the Forces of Evil does it. Even My Little Pony Friendship is Magic did it.
Wait, but wasn't Johnny Quest like that? And wasn't Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles like that?
See, I didn't watch those.
Johnny Quest had they were standalone episodes. Yeah. They had a main villain that they were sort of working towards, but the main villain didn't have an overarching like plot that they were doing. Their plot was still, I'm going to take over the world.
Because I think back to like the
And-
cartoons that I watched as a kid.
Yeah, they were more just. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
But I was saying like back to the cartoons that I watched like regularly as a kid, like, and I go back to Cartoon Network, like Dexter's Laboratory, Powerpuff Girls, like that era of cartoons, and like maybe some earlier stuff from Nickelodeon, like Rugrats and Doug, Ren and Stimpy. Like those weren't very overarching. There were what's it called episodically. So thank you, Billy. So episodically versus serial story is a growing debate in the tabletop RPG games. Okay. Especially since players might change from week to week. So so they're very like they were very episodic as opposed to this being very serial. And there's something refreshing about that when someone's being intentional with cartoons and like
I think
especially when you're world building for children too, and you're wanting these children to come back to figure out what's happening next, and not just like I'm coming back to see what kind of hijinks they get into next. No, like I want to see what's continuing on with these characters and this particular like situation, this particular plot for a continuous time.
Like, the crux for that is finding that fine line where you can do episodic episodes that are serialized. Because a lot of time, by the time we get to content that's made for adults, like Disney Plus series, they're so focused on serializing that they don't do the episodes justice, and the episodes feel like a slog. The episodes are boring, and you're just waiting for the finale, so it all comes together. Whereas where with these shows, the episodes themselves are interesting. You can watch it by itself, and you'll be just fine. But if you watch all of them together, eventually you'll get a bigger, more complete story.
That reminds me of Kipo. That's a Netflix series. That's
Kipo
Wonder Beast.
Wonder Beast?
Yes. Yeah. That's another one that my kids really love. And that one's because it's a literal journey for the characters. It's serialized, but like it's a good mix. So that's another one that my kids love to watch. So like if you're new to Geeking Out, like it's anything with cartoon related, more than likely my kids are involved, and my kids got me into it. And at some point I've sat and watched it with them, and I don't care. I like a good show. So like, but like that's one of them.
I heard it was really good. I haven't gotten around to it.
I
but
love
like,
Kipo.
on my radar.
It's cute. It's cute.
I appreciate Kipo. Kipo for what it does. But like I like this idea of I guess for me as like a teacher, like that foundation for kids understanding like over a big story, a story arc, and seeing that things
see big picture,
big picture. There's something at the end of the tunnel for all the things that they're doing at this moment.
And more importantly, also even like the steps along the way, because it's because they've kind of found that balance of episodic and serial. You know what I mean? We see them do things that are complete, but that kind of contribute to a whole. And then sometimes, and even so, they've kind of found ways to like really weave in whole like small story arcs, you know, side quests into the whole thing. So then they've really done that pretty well. These days for a lot of shows and a lot of different content. So it's like, you know, it's good to learn that too. To understand like the journey, like you know, to break things down into small pieces, like and kind of get your big whole.
They're not our cartoons anymore. They're definitely our childhood.
No.
But this is also, I mean, what's great about that trend is also because it's grown to engage also the parent, because we got our cartoons where just sit there, watch the cartoons, and be done with it. These are to engage the parent, so that the parent actually sits and watches it with them. And it's not mindless. Exactly. It spurs conversation, things like that. Helps break your kid into different concepts that you yourself might not know how to explain, but now here it is laid out for you already, and now all you have to do is just like, you know, go through the extra steps, you know. So but it depends on how you take it.
Yeah.
Not every parent watches their shows with their kids.
I like a story that nudges forward across a series. Then, if you miss out on a season while you're supposed to be watching with someone else, you can go back and watch without them. Feeling like you're missing something makes it special.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah, we invest more in those characters,
hardcore,
like when we develop with them.
Yeah, that's
one of the things that I like about these series is both Anne and Luce sort of start off slow. They don't get it. Of course, there's that whole fish out of water type of thing, but also they have to learn how they will function not only in this world but become their best forms of themselves in that world where they can finally be free away from their parents. So what have they learned from their parents? What will they take with them? And how will they grow from it? And I like that. And that brings me to character comparison. So already we have Luce and Anne as the leaders. But now let's talk about their supporting cast. So let's go into Hop Pop versus Edelyn. Edelyn Clawthorne.
I love her.
Edelyn for sure.
Sorry,
hands down.
She
seems more badass. Also,
she is that.
There's something about her that's almost not antagonistic, but what's the other one? Not your protag, but your rebellious. It's that one like I don't know. Your dark
she's
protagonist.
Giving me fun auntie vibes.
Yes.
She's like an anti-hero.
Yes, your anti-hero. Thank you. Yeah, she's giving your anti-hero
like
vibes.
Yeah, she's my fun aunt I like to hang out with and teach me spells.
Right. She's the one that's gonna give you some chaos, but also
she's gonna be like,
she's gonna give you some chaos, and she's gonna give you some
like this candle. Now light this person on fire. Like, yes, bitch, tell me.
You find too much joy in that, Julian, okay?
That's what I'm here for.
Oh my god, all the birds fell out of the sky. Teach me.
Meanwhile, she's like, perfect, you did that perfect.
So yeah, she's so much more devil may care than Hop Pop. Hop Pop is strung out, high strung, very traditional, very old way. Do things the old way. Also, she's a witch and he's a farmer. So and the thing I love about the dynamic between them is Luce really, really wants to be like Edelyn. She just adores her. Anne and Hop Pop clash on everything. Like, she's like, just let me live.
I see. Well, I think it speaks to the difference between like who they represent to each of them. For Anne, Hop Pop is more like the authoritative, like older traditional value figure, and then Ida for Luce is more of like the teacher that she's looking up to, you know what I mean? The professor that she's looking up to, that she's always wanted to, yeah. The mentor she always wanted to like kind of be, and it's more like master.
I like how she explains why she's the most powerful witch, right? Because when as the show goes on, you learn about the different covens, and the covens. Once you join a certain coven, you are locked into whatever that coven type of magic that they practice. And she says she's covenless because she can practice. She can practice all magic types. And if I read that like on a synopsis of a show or a character, I'd be like, yes, that is a badass character.
That's one I want. So that reminds me of a decom movie that's still fairly recent. It's called Upside Down Magic. And
where have I seen that?
It's on Disney. It's a Disney Channel movie. It's a Disney Channel original movie, and like fairly similar in the sense of like these kids, like the kids that are going to this school, a special school for magic, Sorry, drink.
This whole time.
They have like they found out they have these skills and they get accepted to the school, and but like based on like this admissions test or the special test they have to take when they first get there, decides like what type of magic they practice, and like the people that they hang out with and the groups that they're in and like the classes that they take. And then there's a group called Upside Down Magic where like their magic isn't right. So they're put in like this area called Upside Down where
I've seen this.
I've seen a little bit. I haven't seen all of
and
it.
everything in a lot of different stories. This is also very magicians.
It's very magicians break.
But it's like but it's to the point where like they isolate them in the upside down area. Like they don't get to be really part of the school. They don't get like the matching colors and uniforms. And then like it's the point is for them to be so isolated, and is that they aren't able to practice magic. Period.
Is this a live action movie?
Yeah.
Is there a teacher specifically for the Upside Down? Like
yes.
What is he a comedian, like an old school comedian?
He's an actor. He's probably like our mid 2000s. We've seen him.
I've seen this movie.
Lemonade Mouth.
Because it's almost like take all their motivation, take all their their self-esteem, so they won't be able to practice magic.
Right, like basically, like so they've done all that to the point where like they're
so the whole point is to train them to not practice magic
because they have weird magic. Like somebody, I think,
without them realizing it. That's fucked up.
Actually, they know it. They know that they're like
that they're not supposed to practice magic.
It's systematic.
Right. Yeah. So like the school has separated them completely, and like the teachers basically said I'm basically the janitor, and so you're gonna help me clean. But like the whole idea is that like to the point where you're stuck down here, you cannot practice magic. So like by the time you leave school, your magic is obsolete, and you wouldn't be able to practice it if you wanted to.
Yeah, because they've beaten your will down so much you don't even. I think somebody can speak to butterflies or something like that. A weird power with an animal,
right? Like one like could turn into things, but like not the things she's trying to. She's trying so hard to do it. But like that reminds me of Upside Down. Like that's another Disney thing, but like that right there is an interesting take.
So they're basically like the Morlocks to the X-Men.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, poor baby.
I know. I love it. Like,
watch that movie. Watch it. It's on Disney Plus.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's definitely worth a watch.
I'm gonna find that after we hang up from this.
Right.
I'm gonna watch either Upside Down Magic or Everything Everywhere All at Once. One of the two.
Ooh, that one sounds so good. Oh, that one looks so good. That is so like Matrix, Inception, Mind Blow. Love that shit, Julian.
Okay, no, I'm so excited.
I live
Hulu
for it.
It's either on Hulu or in theaters.
Yeah, but you have to like pay for it. No, I have Hulu, but I don't have.
I don't care. I'll do it.
I mean, yeah, but I'll wait.
I know. Okay, so for those of you like in the last like week or so, they've upped the ratings. The
premium.
No, not the premium for Disney Plus, but like the ratings for certain shows because you know how Disney is, and because they've acquired certain shows from another streaming service, they've had to up the ratings to MA-17, mature audience, 17 plus.
Yeah.
So, you know, because they have Jessica Jones and The Punisher and Luke Cage all on them there. Just update if you haven't noticed it lately, but they've done that recently to the point where like you have to have like a pin code now to see it.
Right? This is kind of crazy.
You have to
I mean, it makes sense for them to make it that way because their content is geared more towards children, period, you know?
So, yeah, children, more family oriented.
Right. So it's like to get your kids content, it's not harder to get your kids content the way it is on other platforms. It's
right.
Reverse. It's harder to get your adult content instead because it's more of a kid platform.
True.
Right. And like it just happened for me to like they're like you can expand the ratings for your shows to MA-17 or whatever mature audience, and I was like, yeah, thank you, but it's it's the Netflix Marvel series so that are on there now, and maybe some other things that I haven't really noticed yet, but if I want to access it and I'm not in like a familiar like device, I have to put in a PIN number for it so I can see it.
Yeah.
So the kids can't watch Jessica Jones.
No, I wouldn't let my kids watch Jessica Jones really without me there.
That.
And
he's like, why? But like without her there, that's the caveat.
I mean, that's part of parent. You gotta have conversations, and if you're not ready to have that conversation, you shouldn't
because then you can
watch it. You shouldn't let the
decide.
children watch it. I'm just saying, like for me, if I'm not ready to have that conversation, I'm not gonna let my kids watch it.
Exactly.
That's fair. I mean, not saying if my children can be unfair. I'm just saying.
But I'm saying, but if my children find it, then I have no choice but to have the conversation with them.
Right. Yeah. My mother probably was sick of me as a child because I've always watched inappropriate things, and
but we also came from a different time of the internet.
Yeah, I used to ask questions all the time.
I just shared a meme about that before about something. Oh my god!
I don't think it's.
I want to talk about it, but
I don't think for me it's not the No, I do not. Oh. Okay, anyways. So,
no, it's not.
No. I don't think the questions are what would bother me. It's the talking about it with other people that are outside of our family that would, because I can't control what they say to their friends in their classroom. Granted, I teach at the same school that my children go to.
But then at the same time, you can't control what other kids are saying to your kids.
Exactly. But if they're with me, we can have a conversation and be like, hey, this is maybe not be the appropriate thing to talk about. They might not be allowed to talk about this stuff. They might not be able to watch that stuff because their parents say it's not appropriate for them. But maybe that's different.
Oh, well, that's good, but that's also smart though. That's like, it's good to be like, okay, well, this is something maybe you shouldn't talk about with other people, but if somebody talks about with you, you can be like, but if someone tells you something about these things, you can, like trust me on these issues. Trust,
right.
Come to me and ask me if it's different. Come to me and ask me.
Right, like, and and as much as we can have that conversation, like kids are kids. Kids are gonna do what they want to do.
Yeah,
but like but at the same time, I'm like, hey, we know what's appropriate. We know what's not appropriate. Let's keep that framework in mind while we're having these conversations.
I got kicked out of Sunday school class because I asked why was my female teacher has a mustache.
I've never seen. She's like, because I forgot to shave this morning, bitch.
She could have said that, right? But I don't understand why a woman has a mustache. I did not understand, and because they couldn't make me understand, I kept asking the question.
Because
they are humans, and humans grow hair. Guess what? We all have hair all over our face. I don't give them fucking time.
So simple.
Are mammals, and mammals have hair, and therefore varying levels of testosterone.
Sometimes it's longer.
What's testosterone?
It's shorter.
That thing that's supposed to be associated closely with males.
I'm a male.
Wait, the what?
Testosterone.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
Right, like as a child.
Yeah.
But everybody has it.
Yeah.
Right.
We all got it, bitch.
We all have
a level. It's a balance.
So she has more testosterone.
It's called the human condition.
Who? Wait, what is this? Who's asking this question?
Human, right? A child. That's the thing. A child.
That's the question I would ask. So.
Yeah. Anyways,
Chillings ask these questions all the time.
Yeah, we got one.
So now we're gonna open this up for you guys to ask us questions. and to give your commentary on whether you saw these shows or not. Did you see Amphibia? Did you see the Owl House? Which one do you prefer?
I mean, we got 5 people
Any
watching.
questions you wish to ask us about them, let us know right now. Sound off in the
I
comments. What you
stealing
got?
5 questions.
What do y'all feel? I like the premise of Owl House much more. I like the way that it develops and the magic and all that. Like I like that.
We love some magic on Geeking Out.
We
Like,
do.
Honestly, we love.
Well,
like
here's the thing, though. Here's the thing.
Oh, we love it.
Amphibia is a slower burn to get to the magic, but they eventually you come to find that the town that Anne lives in is this little rural town, and like this sort of bigger city off to the side that's ruled by a warlord is like, I'm sick of them. They've resisted me for the last time. We're gonna go siege this place. And I'm like, wait. And they're like, and we have the perfect mercenary and to like back us up. And it turns out to be her other friend, the blonde girl.
Eesh.
And
that's right, yeah. Maya or something.
That blonde girl is not her friend. She is the worst influence.
You in danger, girl. And you in danger, girl.
Every time she does flashbacks, she's like, "Oh, me, Macy, and I think I forget her name. I want to say Karen, but it's not it.
Probably though.
I'm gonna call her Karen. But me, Macy, and Karen used to do everything together. She's so cool. Woo, woo. And like every time she goes into a flashback, it's just Karen bossing her and Macy around, or like knocking whatever they want to do and be like, no, we're not doing that. You're stupid. We're doing this. This is way cooler. And they're like, oh, you're right. So they just follow in behind her from her bullying.
Regina George.
Yes,
and they're Regina George. And Karen, what's her face? Whatever her last name. Karen, just Karen. We only just call her Karen.
Really, what do you want to call her?
Karen.
It's already raining.
That's the one.
Mm-hmm.
So eventually you find that they have their big fight, and then the world opens up a little bit more, and we end up going to Newtopia, and that whole quest to find the magic gems to the magic box. But then you also have to find like a wizard that can activate the gems. And I'm like, okay, now we're getting deep into the lore.
Yeah, now the magic is getting there. Okay, so I did not watch it the whole way through. The magic and the lore is. Do you happen to know what it was based on? Like where they drew inspiration from? Where they drew inspiration from, rather. Would it be like Korean, like folklore, for example? Because I think she's like, she's supposed to be Korean American.
Thai American.
I don't think it's Korean.
My bad.
Because it is just a wooden box with 3 magic gems in it. It could have been from anywhere. But they do have some touches of Laputa in there because they keep coming across like ancient technology that's all rusted out and stuff, and like old cities that are far beyond anything they have with technologically. So it's sort of interesting.
So I'm reading a little bit about this, and so the executive producer is Matt Braley, who was the storyboard artist for Gravity Falls. So I've seen Gravity Falls so he was the executive producer for both Amphibia and Owl House, I believe.
Yeah.
And so Gravity Falls kind of falls in that similar type of cartoon, not as immediately serialized as Amphibia and Owl House, but it kind of goes to that same pathway.
They all the animators that are like out right now all seem to have gone to school together and work together and know each other. Like,
you know how it happens though? Like,
well, I feel like art
thing.
styles just kind of they do that. They follow in animation styles. Like during eras, they just have their own. They have their own style. Each era has its own style.
So the way that like the executive producer Matt Braley was an artist on Gravity Falls. He also did like Big City Green, which is another Disney Channel cartoon, which I think is even more or less serialized than the other three. It's about this family, like it's basically like Green Acres, like but in reverse. So, like from the countries.
No, it's more like the Beverly Hillbillies.
Yeah. And so it's like that. It doesn't feel because I've seen all of these shows like by way of like my children watching them. So like Amphibia, my kids watched. Owl House, my daughter was all about.
Yes,
still watches it. Gravity Falls, that's still a big one that they're still watching right now. Big City Green, like that one's more like a background show for them.
Okay.
All right.
They'll watch
it. Watching Owl House.
Not to cut you off, but I gotta cut you off because we are out of time. We gotta get out.
You right. You right.
So we're gonna wrap this episode up. We had a lot of fun with you all. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, click all the things. Come back to us next week, next
Monday. Which is technically next month. You right though?
Yeah, but next month. I mean,
next month is April.
We will be here next month. Yes, come back next month. We will be here also next week.
Because April 1st is Friday. Shit, yeah.
Yes. Oh, that's right. That's right. Next week will be next month. Yes, bitch. Oh, girl, you right. Everybody right.
Are y'all ready for April Fool's Day? Because I'm not. I'm playing.
Oh my god! So random plug. P.S. Guys. Okay, so Legend Nat 1 on April Fool's. Oh my, because I didn't realize that it's gonna be in between this one and the next episode. So April Fool's Nat 1. Sorry. April Fool's. Yes. The Legends of Nat 1. They are a podcast, a D&D podcast. I am a feature on that podcast, and it's supposed to be coming out April Fools. So keep an eye out for it. It's called The Legend of Nat 1. The Legend of Nat N-A-T 1, the number 1. So it's like the legend of all like it's like when you roll a critical 1 essentially. So it's like it's essentially the Nat 1 because we roll critical 1s a lot. So it's like we fuck up a lot. So it's like so the storyline. So essentially the storyline gets fucking crazy because we're always like failing. So it's like, oh, we gotta make this work, but somehow we're failing. So it's great.
Just for anybody that's watching.
Well, not me. Well, they do it that way, but I myself have that. That's I guess that's my D&D. Oh my god, that's my D&D history. It's like the Nat 1. Always rolling like critical 1s. It's terrible. Although this time actually was pretty solid.
Well, so what I'm saying is, for anybody that knows me or sees me or listens to me, like if you April Fools me at all, I will throw hands. You will get your shit rocked.
She's gonna Will Smith you.
You will get your shit rocked, and I don't
care. That's it.
You, your mama,
God, yes.
too. Look. I may or may not. This is a joke. Push down a pre-care if they try me. This is a joke. I will not. But I'm just saying. Do not do me. I am not the one.
What are we talking about next week?
So next week, what are we going on?
That's
Ricky,
Julian.
It's your turn.
Oh, that's me. We're gonna do The Witcher. The Witch.
Oh, we're doing The Witcher.
Yeah, we're doing The Witcher, but The Witch Her, because even though we love The Witcher, we all know it's really only about the girls, and because I mean he does a great job. Don't get me wrong, I love Henry Cavill, and he actually acts his fucking. He's a great actor. That man is a great actor. I'm sorry, like 90% of the movies that I have seen him in, all of the movies I've seen him in, he's been
no, don't look at his face.
I have to say it because everyone's gonna be like, oh, but it's just his muscles. But no, he actually is like a solid actor. Like when what was that one? The man from some shit or whatever, where he played like a spy. And it was like a spy espionage movie.
I don't watch Henry Cavill for acting.
It was great though. He's good actor is my point.
I
though.
don't care
It's
for
all
the acting. That's
So
not
is
why
Brad
I
Pitt and
watch.
George Clooney.
Yeah, but I'm just saying he is a good actor. But
I
nonetheless,
don't watch him for the acting.
who outshines him in the Witch Her? Which her? So we shall find out which lady is actually the leading lady of the Witcher. But we'll get there. But,
and on that note,
there's a girl in that series.
I mean,
shut up.
Bitch. Yes, she's being oppressed like most women in real life. God, let them be, but they're still shining. So,
shit. But on that note, we need to go on somewhere.
All right. Farewell, everyone. We bid you a sweet adieu until next week. Ta-ta.
You doing the most, Jermaine. I love it. Thank you. Bye, y'all.